Welcome, guys. Amazing Wednesday. Another day, another tariffs coming our way. Exciting days. Exciting. What a day to be alive. Be in between the tariffs and the war of the politicians, right? Awesome. Cool. Let's get that away. Forget about it. All that bullshit. All that news and everything what people are saying and everything what people are panicking about it. Because still, even what's going on in the market or in the world, whatever, it still comes to one thing and one thing only, and that's what we're gonna talk about it. Right? Keep your mind straight, keep your focus, don't get too scared, don't get too excited about anything, because it's gonna keep you away from pulling any kind of triggers, any kind of positioning, or looking at the market, and you're gonna be only confusing about anything else. Right? Because the only thing what you want to do is trading, make money from it. And how do you do that? Follow the structure, following the rules. It's easy as that. It sounds easy, and it is easy. When you get the hang of it, when you understand the whole purpose and the whole movement on the market, it doesn't matter anymore what you're gonna hear, what you're gonna see, or what anybody else gonna tell you about it. Right? Because first thing first, structure, price, it comes always first in the picture. And after that, you look for a different kind of confirmations and ideally same opinions, right? All right, so let's get into it straight ahead. I'm gonna start from the monthly because we had like a couple days ago new month open, new Q2, quite important, quite not really aggressive, but quite volatile it's gonna be because it's a Q2, so it's important as well in the whole economics market. So yeah, we have a push up. First thing first, we didn't go even lower, so we might still have some lower price action, whatever. It all depends what we're gonna do on the lower time frame. So far, we are holding it and we carry on to the upside. What we're gonna do, what we are trying to do right now on the monthly, easy. Bearish backtest, right? Gain that means we're gonna go above 92, and by gaining that I mean close everything above it and carry on to the higher side. That's always what we mean by gaining any kind of level, right? So far we are facing to do a bearish backtest. That means this. If not, go higher, close above it, and continue. Those are the only two opinions and things what you look for it. If you're gonna start losing over here already and go lower, then it's easy. What you're gonna do, I love when I can draw a straight line. What you're gonna do, you go lower, that's the 75. Or what is it, 73, sorry, 73 and a half. Those are the two levels what you look in the monthly. That's all. You don't need anything else. You don't worry about this and you don't worry about this if you still have those two levels in between. Right? Easy as that. Now let's go to the weekly. Technically the same situation, even better because you have quite more information and you can pull quite more of interest from it. So what you want to do, I always love the body are more important than the wicks, but still the wicks are interest. So those two levels, I want to see if we're gonna have any kind of reaction from it. That means go higher, gain it, and try to do something like this, right? To go to the higher positions and higher resistance. But this is the first and bigger resistance what we are coming into it on the higher time frame. Lower time frame, we still have some things to do on the way up. But those are the two things what you look for it. Failing right now, if you turn around back, still exact the same structure it is. Do you look at the lower wick or the first lowest wick? Technically, it doesn't matter. For me, both wicks are important, right? But we've been here already. We kind of touched that wick, right? We've been like flirting with it already with the this one. So that's why I said this is over here we didn't win. So that's the kind of the position where we are. But yeah, technically always the lowest one, right? So this should be the levels, but yeah, I didn't draw that, but because we been close enough for it. Right now we are going again to it. So if not that one, then it's gonna be the second one. If not that one, and it's gonna be the body. That's all, right? Always the first closest one wick, and then the bodies. That's most important. Most important are the bodies. Technically, what I would like to do in my old trading, I wish I could do this only. But unfortunately, you need the wicks. Why? Because this is the most important price action. This is set. This is done. This been confirmed. Wicks, for me personal, are only for pulling any kind of fibs, and only the way, like, if we've been higher or not. That's done. That's only the thing. The rest, you don't need the wicks for it. Yeah, you see? That's perfect, man. Bodies are awesome. I mean, you used to trade bodies only. Boy, oh boy, you're gonna make shitloads of money from it. So that's the whole idea on the weekly side. Same as a monthly, right? Daily is gonna be completely same. Just a little bit more resistance. Why? Like I said, we are coming into resistance of this move over here, and this was kind of funny, to be honest, watching it play out, because I said yesterday as well on some of the voice chat areas where we've been together, just because of this small kind of issue reverse on a smaller time frame, we're gonna see a reverse bullish candle. We had quite a hold on it, right? Because we couldn't go above it or past that area over here. And it was quite funny to see how perfect it play out. I took so many shorts over here, small ones, scalps of course, and one quite bigger it play out. So it's quite funny when you start to see those formation of candles or even bodies or closes or not gaining anything on a lower time frame. You can play them so well and so good. It's incredible. Even with the stop loss one with 0.1%. Like, that's nothing in comparing to the bigger formation of the trades what you used to trade. Like, it's crazy. Like I said, my long from here, it's been, my entry was somewhere over here, I guess, or something like that, and my stop loss was below the candle, or below the wick. I mean, look at that risk management. That's nothing if you get stopped out. I would not care even now if I gotta be stopped out. But yeah, it play out, right? So yeah, that's on the daily side. We're coming into the little bit of resistance what we formed yesterday. Let's see if we're gonna break it. If not, and then I'm gonna delete all those levels what I just drew, just because I have my own already set. And like I said, we'll go to 4 hour. Where do we are coming into it? Resistance area and the swing levels, right? From the 4 hour and then daily swings, the formation of the bodies, like I said yesterday as well. Or like I said, we've been, let me have a look at formation. Yeah, I was looking at that levels over here, yeah. This formation of the levels. Anyway, like I said yesterday, that was really perfect as well to trade from it. And this area over here to short the shit out of it. And over here, that was kind of, we did the same thing with those candles and those bodies. We start to slowly failing this slow movement, this turnaround on the bearish position what we had. And it was as well like quite nice to short, really nice to short that. It's just scalping way, and now we are pushing up through the whole resistance. Funny thing is, technically we are in the dead zone of liquidity, so that's a little bit funny, but we're still pushing through, and we are coming into the resistance. There's not much liquidity actually. I mean, it's not much bigger liquidity. There is still some to the upside, and I really want to see what we're gonna do. Just because my issue with it is we kind of is showing weakness in the market. We had this whole move, right? And we always, after that move, we have always quite significant pullback. Technically, we are closing bodies below this swing on 4 hour. Technically, we close it barely, but it been closed below the swing and below this this formation of candles. So it's maybe nothing if you say that. If maybe it's not much, but still to me it is kind of a weakness. in the market, and after that we had that push, and right now, right, we coming into the resistance. We literally tap it, like on the T, we tapped it, and we start to see any kind of weakness on the low time frame. Small, but it is what it is. We still have some more things to take out from it, and let's see how that's gonna play out, just because our lovely word of the day is tariffs, right? They're coming in like a couple hours. The orange man is gonna speak, most important person in the world. I'm gonna say some bullshit. So there it is. Like, that's why I say, like, we are coming into the resistance, and if you're gonna go into resistance, always you want to see any kind of breakout from it, right? So if you want to gain that, that means you go all the way up above this structure, and you need to close anything below that. So 88.37. So that swing, you need to close anything above that to show you any kind of strength in the market. By that, and only by that, there is only two ways to go. If you go still higher, straight ahead from it, or we're gonna continue to the downside, pull back and create higher low. And then, and only then, you have a push up again, right? So that's the structure what you want to look for it. And right now, yeah, you need to we need to wait and see how we're gonna play out, how that's gonna go. Just because we are in the resistance area. So there is no point to longing anything anymore. The long positions you had somewhere over here, that was the best part, or even here. You could take any position to long it, but right now there is not really the point of it, just because you are in the resistance. And what you're going to do in the resistance, you might see any kind of pullback from it. That's one. Secondary, we struggled over here to go to the 90k. Technically this is 90k, but I really want to see anything above 91, and that's the dead zone of liquidity, to see any kind of bigger change in the structure, and by that mean the whole trend. So I'm gonna draw something that I really get creeps from it, and that's this. Some people will argue with me that we breaking out of the trend. We don't. We didn't do it since January beginning, and we're still not doing it. By breaking it, if you want to follow that line, by any means, or by any rules, if you have it, still exactly the same what I'm saying you about this structure at those levels. What that means, you need to go, this is the breakout from it, right? But that doesn't mean nothing. We still can come back and trade to the downside, right? The breakout from it and confirming the breakout from it, it's only when you do something like this, or even higher, it doesn't matter, something like this. Then and only then we have confirmation that you break out from the trend, you're changing the whole trend to the downside, and then you have a continuation. And even then you still can have trading like this, and then you can go up. Why? Because you need to form any liquidity to grab, to hold on it. So that's, and only then you can say, yeah, we trade above the trend line, or we break out from it, or whatever. But so far, it isn't. And it doesn't matter which chart you take. Is it perp or is it spot? It doesn't matter, because we still didn't do it. And we're not gonna do it till we're gonna have a confirmation. And you always want a confirmation. You never trade breakouts, guys. Never. There's no point to take breakouts, because you never know what they're gonna do. Same here. If you're gonna long this, what's gonna happen? Like, definitely I can tell you that we will fill this body. Why? Because it's inefficiency, right? We didn't come back, and we didn't we didn't test anything below. So what we're gonna do? If you take long over here, you need to have definitely 1.6% stop loss, or not even higher than that, because we will come here and test this, right? This will need to be tested. Otherwise, you're gonna have inefficiency in the fair value gap or in the books, because we spiked quite hard. And always remember, and I mean, it's maybe funny or whatever, how you can say it. I always go by the saying, how quicker and how aggressive they go up, how harder they fall. So it's something, same here, right? We went down, same here, we went down. Same here, we went down. Same here, we went down, right? Even better, I can show you. But what did we do over here? How aggressive was this move? How bullish people were on this move, right? And look what happened. And look what continues to happen. Why? Because we didn't gain shit on a higher time frame. We still, to the day of today, we didn't gain anything significant to the higher time frame on 4 hour. And yeah, you can argue with me that we gained this or this or whatever, but that doesn't matter anymore because that's a lower time frame. The high time frame is the line what I drew, and we didn't gain anything from that position in the day of today. And we will see if that continues, or we're gonna change anything today. That might be as well. Should be Viagra advertisement. Yeah, that should be. So yeah, guys, remember, we are still in the resistance area. If you're gonna see any kind of failures on a lower time frame, for example 1 hour maybe, but definitely I like to see 10 minutes. You're gonna see any kind of movement to the downside like that, and then come back and you start doing this, then there's no point, because we are not gaining anything to go higher, and the price is just failing over, like something like this. Exact the same thing, right? Imagine this is on 4 hour and this is gonna happen, and you start failing your structures, and you do this same thing. There's nothing else to add to it. The structure and the price action is the key. That matters. Nothing else matters, and it doesn't. Nothing else gonna even change that. From like even the orange man is gonna speak or whatever. Because how many times he did it already? Like, guys, you need to remember, how many times did he spoke, and what happened to the market? Like, who cares about it? Who need to care about what he's gonna say? I don't give a shit. And the thing is, like, yeah, you might be scared just because you are in position, but guys, remember, if something like this, if you know that there's gonna be a volatile, any kind of volatile news from the highest persons, just don't trade it that day. Just wait it out. Then it's gonna be like calm, and it settles, and then reevaluate what's happened, and then trade from it, right? Like, for example, for me, I don't care, because I'm already like from long over here. I don't care what's gonna happen with my long position, and I'm shorting from, I guess, somewhere from here and here, right? This, man, if that's gonna stop that, I don't give a shit. I took already so many profit on that one, but then that is still in position. So do you want to say that those tariffs, what they're gonna do with my positions, with those two positions? Well, not much. I mean, the best what he can do is come back to it, come back to that one, and I'm gonna re-enter or refill, right? So I don't give a shit about that, what's gonna happen with that. If go higher, I'm gonna take profit, and then I'm gonna take profits on both of them, and maybe close the short one if it comes close to it, or let it short, let it get close, because I never close my positions. It doesn't matter in which kind of area or which kind of news it's coming. I will never close my positions, never. I will always let them run and always get them hit. So that's the thing. So you're not gonna think, right, okay, I'm gonna short right now, right, or long right now, just because it's volatile. You see any kind of structure formation to the downside. If you see something like this already forming, like, yeah, then you have my chance. But always remember, with those kind of fucking news or volatile or whatever, you're gonna have something like this forming. You have the high, you break out, you have the low, and then you might even continue or go lower. It's always the volatile. That's the volatile market significant. How you can recognize them, and you can see them over here as well. Like, when did we had that one? It wasn't that long ago. Fuck, I don't even remember. Oh, this, right? I guess this was as well like something volatile, or this, I don't remember. One of those ones, fucking wicks or whatever. It's still, you know, like, wait it out and see how the structure will form, and then trade it from it, because market will always regain its strength and correct himself in the way that it's need to be. Otherwise it doesn't make sense, right? It doesn't make sense if you're gonna do something only lower lows but you go higher. No, that doesn't make sense. It cannot be. It need to regain one to do another one, and it need to fail one to go lower, right? And always you have the key swings, so there is always something to go by. And what do? Bang, right? So don't worry about any kind of news. If you are right now, if you're not in a position, just wait it out. You don't need to rush it. It's gonna be another one. Mate, I miss so much of the positions, but still, I don't care. Just trade it afterwards, or wait a day or two and come back to it, right? So far, like I said, we are in the resistance area. We are coming into it actually right now. We have still quite a lot to gain and to see if I'm gonna go higher. And even then we will go higher. I mean, the 90k not gonna be like something to not ignore, because we will come lower to it, right? And if we go lower, what do? Higher low, and then we might continue. If not, if this is not gonna be the push to the downside, then we might even go lower, right? And still we're not gonna break anything significant, because this is your low, the lowest of the low, right? This is your floor kind of ish right now. So even we can go lower to the 80 and then go higher up. It's still possible. Don't ignore that we just hit the 81 and that's our floor or something. No, it's not, because that's just the lower time frame. On a higher time frame, this is your low, 76, right? And even then, man, seriously, I was talking yesterday about it, like what you can do, and that's going to be like pain in the ass, just because we still can do something like this, right? Wicked, come back, and carry on. It's still possible. So yeah, that's what I said. Long you support and try to short resistance, but wait till you're gonna see any kind of structure break on a lower time frame, or even 1 hour if you are waiting it for it. But this forms quite a lot of resistance. And the next one is around 90k, from 90 to 92 technically. Yeah. I don't think we're gonna break it out straight ahead from it. Why? Did the audio disappear? Give me a second. I'm gonna check it. And now? Do you hear it? Can you hear me, guys? It sound fine? Because I'm freaking out right now. Okay. Goodbye, you scared me, mate. I'm already like almost 40 minutes in a session. Work for 5 seconds. And on the dashboard? Doesn't work at all, or? Norwegian ping. There is a delay on the MDX-ALGO. People said there is no sound. Hope it is, but I can't check the recording right now, but going on. You can hear me? And you, Eagle and LSP, can you hear me? Or is it something on your side? Can anybody check the MDX-ALGO dashboard as well, if there is the stream is going on for a second. What you mean for a second? You can hear me, or for a second you can hear me? I hear you, boss. Thanks. Can anybody confirm it? Work well for me. Okay, then it's something on the Scandinavian line. I wrote it out and back in it. Sounds good for the view. Yeah, I hear you. That's weird, man. That might be maybe on your side. Because I even checked my recording. You need to click on the stream on the right side. Yeah, okay, fuck that shit. All right. Anyway, let's carry on. What I was saying, yeah, we are coming into the resistance and swing area. What I'm quite interested into it. Let's see if we're gonna see any kind of break it out of it. That would be really seriously. If we're gonna break out from it, finally we're gonna see some strength from Bitcoin. That's what I'm aiming for. Really, if we're gonna do this, man, oh man, I'm gonna be glad. That's one thing. Just because you see any strength, okay, yes, still there is 90k resistance above us. But you will finally see any kind of movement to the upside with strength. You're gonna break this structure to the upside, that's fine. You had your floor, you're going up and you create it. And definitely, I'm not sure, I don't think we're gonna go above 92k just because there is not much to grab over there. Doing that and holding it for like something like this before we're gonna drop down and then carry on, you will farm more liquidity from both sides. And doing that liquidity, what you farm over here, it can help you to go to the finally 100k. For fuck's sake, we've been like already struggling with that for like ages, right? So that's what I'm kind of looking at it. Literally, just doing by doing only this and coming back, that's not gonna help you at all, because then you're losing your higher time frame structure again, and you go lower and you didn't create any liquidity to be grabbed later on. So there is no point for us to come back sooner or later. So that's the thing. What I really want to see is grind it. Fucking make a range. Something like this, bigger, something like this even, I don't care. Make a range from it, grind the shit out of it, and then one more step off from it, right? One more step off, grind it, take the liquidity to the downside, or something like this over here, and then again, and that will be amazing to see. Now then, and only then, I would say like, fuck yeah, we're going for it. Why? Because you have the bottom structure formation, you have liquidity, what you farm out, you can grab anything more higher than 90k, and finally you can go and fight above the 100k, right? That would be so awesome to see. But let's see. Still, it's far away from us to talk about it right now. So far, we are struggling with 85k to gain that. So that's the whole idea, what I'm looking for the perfect price action for Bitcoin to go higher, right? So far, let's see what we're gonna do over here. And that's why I said, guys, don't go ahead and don't spin your head too much with the price action where we are not even there, just because you're gonna hold yourself down and you're gonna be scared of it. There is much more what we need to do over here to go higher or to lose anything and go lower. So always look at the local price action. And what do we do locally? Yes, we're holding the floor, right? Yes, we do. Kind of fish technically on the thin line. What we do, we still holding it, right? Long this. And then what you're gonna do next? Okay, we are coming into the resistance. This is your first resistance, right? You cannot deny that. This is your resistance. See how this is gonna form. Gain that, have this kind of price action, right? So then you go higher. That's all good. Fail something over here on any kind of time frame, start to failing and form something like this, then you know that you will go and have another swing to the low side. But then the next step is what we're gonna do. Are we gonna create lower low or higher low? Take it step by step. There is nothing to rush. There is nothing to be scared of it, and there's nothing to be like I don't know, foaming into it. You don't need that. It's not necessary at all. Why? Just because you need to follow the price action. And what do? Always use your history. Always. This history, right? This is your history that you need to go by. Gain anything from here. Start gaining those levels, right? Like that, you have a continuation to the upside. Then you turn and you start turning your resistance into the support, and then you go to the 90k. That's all. Losing that, you go to the 80v1. Nothing else to say about it. Your perfect consolidation. If I could say that, man, I had a glass ball. I don't know. It doesn't matter how long you're gonna do that. It doesn't matter. If you're gonna do that, that's already a thing, right? So for example, over here, we could go straight down. We didn't. Why? We formed this and we went lower. Why did we do it? To form a little bit more liquidity over it. Why you do that always? To come back, to grab something. And it's gonna be same over here, right? It doesn't matter in which way you do, but it's a matter how you do it. Gain it, right? If you gain any kind of structure over here, come back, hold it, and continue grinding it, right? Like we did over here. And then come back, take this as your low, and you have a continuation. And it doesn't matter how long you do that, right? And I mean, I wish I could say you for how many days you can do that, but that's impossible. And yeah, exactly. That's $1 million question, right? I don't know. That's the way how you start to see things. If you see this already formation, you know we go lower. If you start to see something like if I'm gonna something like this formation, right, you might spike it up, right, because this is grinding to the upside. You holding the price action. So that's the whole thing. Like you need to understand, like go and back test any kind of structure if you want to learn the basics. And literally this is the basics of the basics of the basics. There is nothing else lower and less than that. This is just pure structure, and going only by that, you've learned how to use it in advance from you, because you still, this structure, you are holding it. And what do? Right, we came back to it, we went up. This shows you already the strength into it. Good. That's fucking Chinese for me. Anyway, you came down, you holding it, you came lower, but then you still grabbed the low and you came up. And what did you do? Same like we was talking about the amazing, for example, I know it's wrong, I know how I pull it, but saying that we showed this, right? If this is your trend line, what did we do over here? We went up, we come back, and we gained it. That's what you want to see. And you can pull the trigger. You have a confirmation. We gain the structure. We're holding the structure. So it's no matter anymore that we go lower, because we did it over here kind of ish, and then we did it over here. So, and then we came back and we did it again over here. So yeah, there it is. Like this is your position too long, right? So yeah, that's your confirmation, and that's gonna be same over here and over here. If you see this kind of formation, you like Viking is saying as well, this is always a range. This is a range, right? This is a range. Oh, that's the wrong one. Right, so you're going range by range. Gain one, go higher. Fail one, go lower. That's all about it. Don't overcomplicate it. You don't need to overcomplicate anything. So yeah, that's all about the structure. And just look at it and start to learn from it. Right? If this is your high, this is your low, what do we do next? You gain that, you go higher. You fail that, what do? We went lower. How lower? We failed that. And then we didn't come high enough to gain anything from it. Then you have a continuation. And I didn't even, yeah, I mean, I have the liquidation on, but I didn't even lose the oscillator, right? Because most of the times, I mean, yeah, indicators are just only to confirm your own theory and your own TA and the price action. It just double confirmation for you. You don't go only by indicator. You never do that. Why? Because it can mislead you as well. But this is important. What this is doing, this is the important one. Any lower high structure, how do we handle it? Wait, what? There is a times when it can fall down without any lower high structure. How do we handle it? Fall down without any lower high. Wait, there's a time fall down without any. My brain is not working. Lower high structure. Oh, so fucking hell. Yeah, now I get it. Yeah, you mean like, for example, this. Inverse V shape. Right? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but that's the exactly the same thing. You're never gonna catch the knife, and you, please don't even try that, because you're gonna burn yourself quite a lot, and only. But then what you do, it's exactly the same thing. If you see this, right, you fall down and you start regaining it, right? This is already your sign. You start to go quite aggressively up, because you not carry on to the downside. You start to forming a kind of formation into the upside again, right, on the lower time frame or whatever, this 1 hour. Yeah, but that shows you already the strength. And what you do, right, this, what is doing this, right, this is showing the strength that we go up. What you gonna do then? Wait for the confirmation. You high or low, right? And this is your V shape. Technically what Mike is always saying, this is your V shape, right? Then you long this, and exactly this is your swing. You're still coming back into the swing level to test that, and this is then your floor. It's just that, but you're never gonna catch that. Yeah, of course. I mean, when you go to a lower time frame or 1 minute or whatever, right? Oh no, fucking good luck with finding that now. Yeah, on a lower time frame, yeah, that's differently. But then you're scalping it, right? So that's way different that we're doing on a higher time frame. But it's still the same thing, right? This is your knife, right? You come up, and what you're doing already here? What do we do, right? You're breaking up. Over here as well, we break up, and this is giving you strength, and you come down, this is your low. So even better, you can long this on a lower time frame as a scalp, right? And then you have your formation. This is giving you strength always, those moves, right? This, if you start to gain anything, right, and you, of course you didn't come close to your previous swing, but on a lower time frame, this is your strength. You came low. This is quite fine risk management. You continue, and that's a scalp. You always think if you go lower than 1 hour, right, even 50 minutes, don't use 50 minutes but 10 minutes, this is always a scalp position. Do not think that as in long-term position. But yeah, of course, this one plays perfectly, and it can happen as well, always. That's the thing. Like over here as well, I was as well kind of reached the V bottom. This as well, it was all V bottom, right? We always forming those candles, but then you see the reaction, right? If you come down quite aggressive, and what's the reaction from this end candle? You close above it, above that candle. That shows already the strength. That's the whole idea about it, and whole 30 more than vacant one. Jesus. 1.7 pound taurine. What kind of monster is that? Monster drink. How many caffeine is it in it? Man, you're gonna be fucking jumping all around. But yeah, that's how you get us. And to be honest with you, similar to your question, I got this entry. Right? How did I get that entry? It was the lowest point where we came into it, right? I saw some kind of strength forming over here, right? And I pulled the trigger over here. Yeah, I said like, okay, but you know, you came lower than that structure, and I mean, come on. To be honest, like 0.13, like seriously, that if that's the issue that you lose a lot of money, then it's something wrong with you over leveraging, right? But if you're doing like with the brain and with normal leverage or whatever, and normal risk management, and you know what you're losing for money, in 0.1, it's quite good. And I was thinking like, okay, but that's gonna be like only for something like this move, and we couldn't carry on, right? Because we broke out of the, we broke down to the structure, and technically we formed the double bottom or whatever, or right, it's the wick to the wick. So I really was thinking we will go lower, and that was my whole idea of the trade. But I'm sorry, but it turned out a little bit better than that, unfortunately. Yeah, 7.2 even. Okay, that's not too bad, right? So yeah, that's how you play it. I always use the history. I always use it. Like if that's your first wick, right? Then I will. Doesn't matter what's happened after that. My stop loss is gonna be below that a little bit, always. And that's my whole strategy. Actually, it doesn't get better than that. I mean, I'm using my history. Why? Because it's a history. We've been there. We go lower than that, right? If my stop loss is gonna be hit and we close anything above that, we go lower. I don't need to look for longs anymore. Make sense? I hope so. And of course, on the 4 hour, that's why I have those levels. I always, I'm a swing trader and I use the 4 hour swing. Why? Because they're fucking accurate. Like this is the 4 hour swing, and we've been trading over here. So what's happened then on the lower time frame? Like yeah, I saw some weakness into it, of course, right? On this move, on this move, because we are closing quite below, but we still was trading inside the whole swing area. And then when I saw the gain of this swing, I mean, that was already pure obvious, right? So we're not gonna come close to it. So that's the whole idea, right? This was my first confirmation as well. We go higher. We come back to it, right? This whole structure become support. And that's all. If you start to see those things, it's easy as it gets. Do you turn that on? You don't turn that on. You need to put them manually. And this, yeah, that's the whole TA. You don't put that. You don't automate that. You need to know how to set them. The swing levels. So it's not from indicators, not at all. So yeah, that's why I was trading this area. That was quite interesting into it, because it came into the whole support of 4 hour swing area. Right now, same thing, right? I'm gonna do the exact same thing over here. I'm gonna watch the price action on low time frame. I'm gonna see how it behaves, and if I'm gonna see any kind of breakage in the structure or whatever, then I will pull some triggers on it. And then you take and trade in both ways. Like there is nothing better in your whole trading strategy to trade a long position and in the same time trading a short position and paying both ways. And then it doesn't matter anymore what's gonna happen and what's Trump's gonna say. Why? Because guys, imagine that you're gonna be in two bigger positions, right? And this orange man comes in and it says something, and the prices will go one or another way. You're still gonna be paying out yourself either way. And I can get stopped out. I don't care. Why? Because my longs taking over the shorts and my shorts taking over my longs. So yeah. That's the whole idea about it. And that's why I said I don't give a shit about strategies, because I'm short from here, bigger shorts. I'm longing this. That's all. You know? Take it as it is. Take it by step. This is all what you need. Structure, price action, nothing else. Break one, gain another. Fail one, go lower. Don't overcomplicate things. There's no necessary to overcomplicate and overthink anything and be scared. Definitely not be scared, because if you're not gonna be scared of any kind of situation of the market, then it's gonna be much harder to pull any kind of trigger for you. And to overcome that, that's gonna take some time. And literally, like, my students. I live by saying like, fuck it, just do it. Try it. Like, what's gonna be wrong? If your risk and management are right and on point, then fucking try it. If you see any kind of failure in the structure, take the swing at it. Why? Because you never know how it turned out. Like this was a scalp, and it turned out fucking perfectly. So yeah, I'm gonna look for the same thing over here. Fear fucks with me. But that's the thing, Saib. Why? Why does it fear? What do you fear from? What's gonna happen? Or 10 days or this. But there it is. You had it mapped out. I will come back to Sui in a second. I knew you're gonna ask about it. Don't worry. Exactly what you said. Like, you need to trust your map. You had it mapped out, and you had it perfectly mapped out. And look, the levels even fit. You had so many opportunities for it. And I understand that it's hard to pull the trigger. I understand that. But one way or another way, you will need to overcome that. Because eventually, what you are... I'm really sorry that I'm gonna break it out like that, but eventually what you're gonna do, you're gonna be like a painter. You're just painting shitloads things on your chart, but you're not pulling the trigger. We are not painters. We are traders, guys. I mean, so far it goes the TA and drawing everything on the charts. But when you're not gonna pull on your own TA, your trigger, then there is no point to draw millions of lines, draw everything on the charts, putting hundreds of indicators on it. We're not even able to pull the trigger. Right? So please stop being painters. Like, I not even those lines. I want my chart as clean as possible, because I don't want to define my trading style by fucking millions of lines and telling someone like, yeah, I pulled the trigger just because the trend line said so. Oh, fuck no. The trend line didn't say anything. UPA and the fucking structure of the chart says the way how you should pull the trigger. And the millions of lines, you shouldn't be that. Even iPhone, sometimes I feel this a little bit too much of the lines, but they are helping me because this is my support, this is my resistance. And what you do, you trade in between. Guys, it's simple as that. You trade in between. You gain one, you go higher. You fail one, where do we go? That's all. Keep it as simple as possible. I can't stretch that enough. You don't need millions of fucking shitloads of things on your chart. It's not necessary. You will overcomplicate your shit. You will overthink your shit. And you will be scared because there is so much things going on. You can't keep up with it. And you miss out of it. And even then, like, Saib, I'm sorry that I'm using your example, but not even here, but you had 2 chances to take along. You had here the chance to take along, and even here to take along. So many confirmation already from simple structure. And 2 lines. That's all what you need. Let me keep up with the chat. Yeah, let's BC. Told you. Exactly what Chaos says as well. Like I said, this trade, I took this fucking trade. This was my stop loss. What are we talking about? Is that not enough to take the risk to fucking take the trade? And so what? You're gonna be stopped out on 0.1%? Like, come on. Even put like $50 on it. Look what you're gonna make on any kind of leverage. Even you can 100x this shit. Don't do that, please. Don't quote me on that. But like, this is so incredible, perfect. But in the dot, like, it's those opportunities are rare. When you miss them, I mean, they gone, right? But you need to be quick as well with your thoughts about it. That's why don't overcomplicate anything. Don't draw lines. Don't go like way too crazy with your charts. Keep it as simple as possible, because you're gonna see it clearly what's going on. And when do you need to pull the trigger? Like seriously, you can't imagine how many times I'm going like, oh, fuck it, I'm gonna pull the trigger on that one. So what? I'm gonna be stopped out on 0.1%. Like, come on. What are we talking about? Like, literally, right? And I know, I guess I sent it somewhere over here in the chat, I guess. Yeah. And it's not, don't get me wrong, I'm not fucking bragging about. But from 0.1%, look at the gains right now. And it still carry on. I still 30% in the trade. Like, that's what I want to show you guys. Like, do not overcomplicate things and do not really care about what's going to happen to the market because someone's going to say, or because they're going to be tariffs. I don't give a shit. Literally, I'm going day by day more that I'm starting to less give a shit about everything around me. Literally. Why? Because about every single thing, when I'm sitting behind the computer and watching the charts, I care about something. It makes me less to pull the trigger. What do we do in trading? We do not fucking care about emotions, about anything. We shouldn't. And it's hard. I know it's hard. But think about it. It's like your ex. You fucking hate that girl or boy, whatever. Think about the same about the charts. Don't give a shit about it. Don't care about anything what it gives you or what they want to show you. Yeah, but that the thing, like overcomplicating with fear, like what you are afraid of. If you are afraid, guys, don't get me wrong. 99% people who are afraid to pull the trigger on any kind of charts or on any kind of TA, they're afraid of losing the money. Why do you lose the money? Most of the times you are fucking over leveraging and your stop loss is out of the roof, right? Then yes, I can understand that you are fear of losing that money because your stop loss is 4% or whatever, and you are like 100x. Then yeah, I can imagine that. But why would you do that? Why would you do that to you? You should be feared not to make that money from the market because you are aware of your own fairness of losing that money in that way how you trade. So there is something wrong with your trading position, your risk management, or your over leveraging. That's the fear. You are not afraid of candles, patterns, or structure, price action. You are not fucking afraid of that. Like, that's not gonna kill you. It's the way how you pull the trigger. There is something wrong with it most of the times. And people over leveraging it or having a stop loss like big ass without laddering in. Like, if you're gonna do something like this, right now, fuck yeah, 2.5% is a lot on even 50x. Yeah, you're gonna lose some money, mate, if it's coming close to your stop loss. I understand that that you are afraid of it. But there is a way to not to do that. So think differently on that kind of situation. Okay, Latina for Greek for fear. Jesus, does that exist? Candelaphobia? Oh my god, if that exists, man. Oh, fuck yeah. And then 99% of people are having that. To start putting out those orders. Paper account with. So, and yeah, paper account, man, you can try it, but do not overuse it. Paper account is way too different. And the thing is, it's same like you're playing with Monopoly money. There is no emotional attachment to it. You're gonna take a trade with 100x's with millions on it on the paper account. Who cares if you're gonna lose it because it's not your own money, it's fake. So you're not gonna create the emotional attachment to your own money of losing it or gaining more from it. So I never use paper account, never in my life actually. I never came close to using any kind of accounts of that measure. So I learned from, I mean, eventually losing my own money from it, from the to the market. But yeah, that's why I would like to suggest. I will never do that because you're not gonna create the same environment what you are trading in your own money. So there is no emotional attachment to it. So I will not do that. It's a waste of time, in my opinion. just if you really want to learn the way how you go day by day of trading, take your trading on spot, right? Use spot, for example, if you want to start trading, or even better, do it on 1x if you want to be comfortable with leverage. Do it on 1x only. And who cares? You're not gonna receive the biggest numbers. Who cares about it? I don't give a shit. I don't. No one should care about it. The only thing what you care about it's making profit. And that's the only thing. There is nothing else that you should care about it. And please believe me, you don't need to share it anything, like what kind of gains or what you did, because that's not the point of it. The point is pulling the trigger, being comfortable, knowing your TA, and trading the shit out of it. Make those gains. That's the whole idea about it. We are not here all about I don't know, being cocky and sharing the profits and the numbers and who have the biggest one or yeah. We are not here to do that shit. Believe me, we are old enough to do our own things and earn our money and be happy with that. And who cares who did what and how much? I don't care. No one should care about that. That's why I said, start slowly. Little by little, you will grow your account. That said, start with, for example, 1x. Start with 50 bucks. Make your own rules. What's your own rule? I want my stop loss to be not bigger than 1%. Try that, for example, to trade, or ladder in your trade. Make it more tighter, your stop loss eventually. Try that, right? There are plenty ways to cover your risk management. Plenty ways. But make it as simple as possible. Do not overcomplicate things. And wait that your chart gives you any kind of signal that we might go a different way. If so not, there is always continuation. That's all. If you don't see any breakage, if you continue to it, I'm not shorting it. Why? Because there is no reason. Even we had the history for it, we had the resistance for it, we have the levels. Still, if I'm not seeing any kind of position like this, then it's no point to short anything. Why? Because we didn't lose any kind of structure so far. Exactly. That's what I said. Start not to give any damn about anything. Start doing that. Start saying to yourself, but even to the environment, but around you trading, start to say, I don't give a shit. I know it sounds rush or it sounds weird, but if you start doing that, you will kind of ish, you will not fake out, but you will how do you say it, your mindset, you will trap your mindset in thinking that. So your emotions go away first, right? You're not gonna care, and you're gonna be like sharp, focus on the things which you should care. That's the whole thing. Like, literally, do not give a shit. And if there is something that a lot of people are talking, like for example those tariffs, just wait it out. So what? Wait it out and take the swing when it's calmed down and the market is structured and it form any kind of information for you to take it. Then do that. Then wait out for it if you got too scared to trade in it. That's fine. No one's gonna judge you. We are here for one thing and one thing only: to earn goddamn money and be rich, right? Lambos and whatever what people want. That's the whole idea, and that's the whole thing. There is nothing else to it. Keep it simple. Do not overcomplicate it. Mate, you can't imagine how many charts, how many things I see going by, and even on our Discord, but through my DMs. Boy, I'm spending like a lot of times like discovering, but more like it's a secret code that I need to solve before I'm gonna see something what they want to show me. Something like that. It's like I don't know. It's like secret box or Pandora box that I need to uncipher first, and then I'm gonna see what they mean about it. All of that charts, or all that lines, or all that things on the charts. Like, why doing that? There is volatility even coming up. Yeah, exactly. that's fine, you know. If you listen to the chart just to know when it's going to be like volatility or it's going to be like a movement in the chart, that's all fine. But it's not that it's going to be impacting your strategy or impacting your way of trading or way of thinking. No, just keep that in mind. Yes, today is going to be volatility day. Fine, then go away, go outside, touch some grass, come tomorrow back and see what's happened. You know, like there's no necessary need to do anything or to be scared or whatever. Let's go and check Sui. Oh boy, look at that. To the T boy. TPs, awesome. All three, like I sent it to you as well. And looking for longs. There was some opportunities for scalping as well over here. And that's a nice resistance area. First thing first, we still didn't gain it. The swing of 2.4, we still didn't gain it. So till right now you are fighting it. So there is no quite of breakage. You might break out of it. Then if you're gonna break out, man, then the only thing what's gonna hold you is 2.7. So that's gonna be your next point of resistance. Just because you broke this structure, right? This been broken by this move. So you might have another swing. If so not, please wait it out because we still can go higher. Why? Because this is quite a significant move, what you're doing right now. If you break out of it, and you go higher, you might see something like this and then come lower to it. Why? Just because on the high time frame, you're gonna form something like this. You're gonna farm it out. Right? So yeah, 2 points. Watch this. If you're still gonna break to the downside, you're gonna see significant move like this. You might take a swing from it. It's a scalp, right? Remember that. It's a scalp. And still the 2.1 is in the play as your support. You have a bigger swing from it as a long position. So yeah. So you have one scalp over here, bigger position over here, and bigger position over here. That's it. That's all. That's all what you need to know. Right? Did I say yesterday will be evolved today? I meant today or whatever. Yeah. Figure of speech. Doesn't matter. It's always, guys, it's always a volatile day. Like, I'm gonna show you something. That's quite funny because I was talking about it with one of my students as well. Like, if you're really like focusing on the news, right? And some people, like I said it to my to a couple people as well. Like, guys, imagine this, right? If you go over here on the website and you're gonna be like seriously focusing all of that fucking news over here, right? And you're gonna be scared because there is gonna be volatility in it. You're fucking never gonna take a trade. There is every single day a volatility moment, just because of any kind of news and of any kind of charts. There's every single, even in like every hour, there is something going on in the economy market. So there is no point to look at bullshit like that. And like taking your time, if you take time to look any kind of news on internet instead of looking at the charts, you're never gonna learn how to trade proper because you're spending more time to look at the websites instead of the charts. I'm sorry that I'm gonna be like that and break that like that, but it is what it is. Spending more time on the charts, you will know and you will exactly know how to trade it. Why? Because you learn the charts, not the news, not the websites or whatever, or X or somebody else gonna say something. MTX should. What time frame are you looking at each of those levels, confirmation or break? Sample one. Oh boy, like for me that's easy. Like I always start my streams. I always go by monthly, once a day. When I start my day, I'm going by monthly. Something changed? No, so I don't even want to look at that one for a week because it's a monthly level. You go to the weekly. What do I need to do? You map your levels. Like I'm interested in this one and in this one, the body and the candle. Like I said in the beginning of my stream. Why? Because this week we've been there already with kind of tested it. So that's why I'm interested in it. Then the daily, where I'm interested into it still, it's exact the same point, exact the same area, right? It's still this, but I'm interested in it. And that's all. That's all what you need to do. That's all what you need to do from the higher time frame, right? And yeah, I try to do with the backtest of it. It's the most important is when you're gonna backtest it. I mean, monthly backtest, it's gonna take you a couple months, right? So that's not the point, and weeks to take it. Take it by day. If you start to backtest it on a daily, that are more than enough, right? Like for example over here, this is already more than enough. If so not, take it by 4 hours. 99% of my trading, I'm looking at 4 hours. And if I start to see something happening on 4 hours, any kind of retrace or whatever, I'm going to 5, 10 minutes, 1 minute, and that's all. I'm pulling my trigger. As easy as it is. I'm sorry, it's yeah, I can break it down more easier or to give you more perspective to it, but that's all what I'm doing. Those are the levels where I'm looking to the upside. This is to the downside, and I'm trading in between. I'm gonna scalp the shit out of in between if I'm not in a bigger position, right? So right now I'm on 4 hour. Looks quite weakish. It's not really weak, but still. Then go to 10 minutes and see how that looks like. Looks interesting. Quad formation. How do we do? Let it load a little bit longer, because that's trading view, right? Quite interesting, right? Already on 10 minutes, you see weakness into it, right? And for example, like, what will happen if you do this? What would happen? You're gonna break your bank? Are you gonna be homeless if you get stopped out from it? We can go lower, right? Could be a scalp, could be a nice scalp, 1%. Why not take a chance? Like, why would you overcomplicate that? Yeah, I know we can go higher. Yes, I know. I understand that. I get that. But you seeing any weakness already, like over here as well, right? 0.2, 0.8%. Fine. Why not? Why not to take it? Over here as well, right? Even I took those two trades 2 times. I had this one, I remember, 2.2. I took a profit somewhere over here, I guess, on the first one. Then I re-enter it. Yeah, I re-entered it, but it was a little bit bigger, I guess. Yeah. I put it, my stop loss even higher, on 0.3 or something like that. I took the profit over here. I let the rest run. So what? Three trades. You still make money from it, even we get higher. I don't care. Right? I was thinking to take a long over here, but I couldn't bother. And same here. Like, who cares? Like 0.3. It's a scalp, guys. Come on. Don't think in a long term. If you are not already in a long-term trade, right? It's still possible. Why? Because we are quite in the resistance right, and we're getting into resistance. So there is possibility. If not, then I want to see fucking big ass spike up and forming it to the higher time frame. So far, that's all how it goes. There's nothing else to overcomplicate things. That's why I said, that's how I trade. Like, you see the weakness. You see the weakness already on 2 sides. And here as well. You didn't gain it. Right? 4 hour. We're struggling going higher than that this week. We're getting high. Jesus Christ, that's taking so low. I have no sound. Again, we don't have sound. Oh my god. I seriously gonna stop screaming. Anybody else struggling with sound, guys? I can eat well. See, fucking then it's Discord. All good. That's this. Yeah, fuck that shit. I'm not gonna bother. So yeah, that's what I said. Like, there is always chance. You see on the higher time frame something happening, go lower time frame and try to take a scalp. There is reasoning for it. Right? I might even take that. And over here as well, high time frame. Look what we do. We start, you know what? Fuck that shit. I'm gonna take this scalp on the stream. Fuck that shit. If I was gonna stop out, I don't care. 3, 4, 7, 2. Yeah, fuck that shit. Let's see how it's gonna happen. If I get stopped out, so what? 0.3%. I don't care. And who knows what's gonna be. So that's why I always do. I always go from a high time frame. A monthly, I mean, you can look at it every day, but it's no point. Go like if it's gonna be like a daily of a monthly open or something like that, then yeah, it's significant. But the thing is, like, you need to guys remember, we didn't create any wick to the downside. So if we're gonna have any kind of movement back, so we still have that chance to go lower, right? There is still the chance on the table, always. Always gonna be both ways trading. It doesn't matter what it shows you, right? So that's the thing. Then you go to the weekly, you see what's happening on the weekly. And what do we do on the weekly? Like, say what we did on the 4 hour, right? And what happened with that kind of move, always. If you start seeing those kind of patterns, those kind of ways of trade, of structure, then you will realize it much more quicker of it. How did I pick them? Those, the points of interest. So the thing is, guys, you need to remember what interests you in the chart on a monthly. What does it interest you right now? What do you want to see? As any kind of confirmation, right? Let's click that away. For any kind of confirmation, what does it interest you over here? What do you want to see with this move to happen? It's gonna happen. Easy. The first wick, it's this from the previous swing, right? Then I like to see the body. This is my done, right? Of course, gain above this is perfect, but that's far away. The closest one, this to the downside is this. Those are the levels which you interest. Go back on the weekly. Then the next. Technically on the weekly, we find that we've been over here. We had a move back from it. We had a resistance move from this week. So then take the next closest one. It's this one, right? The lowest one. There it is. Go on a daily. If you want to see any kind of interesting on the daily, I mean, fairly enough, we found it. We are already here on the resistance. So, and this is the next one. There's not much left to it. Done. Lose this, of course, you go lower, or even better, body. That's all. Trade in between. Right? Makes sense? And use your magnet tool or control. Left control, click on your toolbox, left control, and it will help you with putting the levels. That's the whole thing. There's nothing else to add to it. And there is, guys, like, I can stretch enough. Like, I don't give a shit about 120k. I don't care about that. Why? Because we are fucking trading at 78k. Why I should care about that if you are trading here? Take your trades locally. Don't care about what's happening lower or higher. If you're not aware what's happening in front of you, right, on the 4 hour locally, or 1 hour, or whatever, if you don't know what's happening over here, then you should care about 100k or 70k. First thing first, you need to know what's in front of you and how to play this in front of you. And then, and only then, if you play that on the right side and good, then you can think about the rest and the higher time frames and go higher or lower or whatever, or think about the next bear cycle. Then yes, I will agree. But if you don't know how to read this structure, even this whole thing, then you shouldn't think about anything else. Learn first what's in front of you. then and only then expand. That's the only thing, right? Nothing else. Nothing else to add to it. Nothing else to say about it. That's the whole thing. Structure. And it doesn't matter, literally, if you know one thing as structure, you can read the structure. It doesn't matter which number of the time frame you add to it. It's all the same shit. Doesn't matter if it's 1 minute, if it's 5 minutes, 10 minutes, daily, weekly, monthly, don't care. It's the same thing over and over. And it's gonna be boring as fuck if you understand that, believe me. Because it's get too easy. But yeah, that's what you want. You want that. You need that. And we all want that. Why? Because that's the whole thing. What's the most important? There is nothing else important than the structure. Price action. High, lows. High, low, low, low. That's all what you need to remember. That's all what you need to learn. Support resistance. Play that. Learn that. You're gonna be fucking pro trader. That's the basic of the basics. There is nothing else easier or, I don't know, simple fight than that. That's all. Anything else, guys, what you want me to go by? I've been already yapping around for a while. Any tickers? Any alt? Let me have a look on the second. Check some. Or I'm gonna go 1 hour to be short. Yeah, it is. We already got in that, right? That's what I said, resistant. This is it. And that's, I mean, I don't even, I'm sorry, it's not bragging or something. I don't need the stu flips. You see them already happening. Why? Because you see this. You see this happening in front of this and lower than this. This you high, then this you resistance. Down. Easy as it gets. And yeah, you need practice for it. And what you need to do with practice, you need to do it. You need to pull the trigger. You need to see it. You backtest it. Go buy it. Use the charts. That's what I said. Spend time on the charts and spend the time efficient, not only by looking at them and be scaring to pull the trigger calls all the time. Make you TA, see the price action, see the structure, pull the trigger. Or, okay, if you are really, really scared in the beginning, just do this, right? Set this up and see how it plays. Do not move it. Set like, okay, if I'm going to pull the trigger right now, this is what I want to see, and see how the price is going to behave, right? And do that. If you're going to be confident to do this, right? Like without putting any money into it, then start to put some low money on it with low leverage. That's how you build up your confidence in the market and pulling the trigger. That's the most important thing. Wait, what's happened over here? Right? Like dry practice or something, how you can call it. I don't know, but like something like that. Just try to do that and build it up for yourself. Make it your own. You know, become the fearness of pulling the trigger or trying not to, because that's the worst what you can do. Like, okay, I'm comparing that literally to simple to something really simple. Remember how you learn driving a car? It was scared in maybe the first couple lessons, right? But what did you do? You fucking practice it. Like, you took the hours, you spent the hours in the car, you was driving around, and yeah, maybe you hit 1, 2, 3 things, something. Who cares? But you still keep carrying on, and you still doing it. Why? Because you need to get better in it. How much hour you spend in the car, how better you probably you will drive. And yeah, of course you will have one mistake, or you're gonna drive in something or have an accident or whatever. It always happens. It happens as well in charge. You will get stopped out. Same shit in driving license, right? Same thing. But yeah, I mean, people don't go and walk around and say like, yeah, I'm scared of cars or something. I mean, maybe there are some people, but that's a different thing. But you need to overcome that fearness and learn it. And how do you learn it? Spend time in it, in front of it, in it, learn about it, drive, make mistakes, make them. But the most important thing is learn from it. If you don't learn from your mistakes, then you don't recognize your mistakes. Right? Solana. Yeah, was it 1 hour or they made something? Okay, you didn't say time frame. That's a nice breakout. That's a proper breakout, mate. That's a nice one. Yeah, that one is go. Look how we hold the floor. Recognize the lowest point, the lowest of the body. Where is it? Over here, right? What did we do from the whole time over here? What did we do? We came close to it. We close always above it. Always, all of the 1 hour above it, right? And yeah, we came close with the, even like, even if you put your stop loss below the wick. Look at that. Done. There's your trade. How many times you need to take that trade? How many times you need to have the opportunity to take the long? Like, it doesn't get better, right? And look what you had. And it goes. It's off. We off. Even we're going higher than this point. And technically we are going for this right now. So this is your next little resistance, right? But it seems like we will go higher. And that's good because there is shitloads of things to take. Imagine taking this, all the liquidity. Where do you go? Next stop. It's here. Then it's here. What's in between? That's a resistance. This is your resistance forming, right? And technically, same thing as well. Yeah, you see, there you go. 2 pip. Why? You lose this structure, right? So this is your previous low. That's fine. You're holding it, but you lose the structure technically on the lower time frame. So you will see any kind of resistance. If so not, gain it and go higher. Technically, there is not much to grab higher. So, like I said, go lower and form more liquidity to the downside or to the upside. But this one is fucking juicy and it's off. This one is gonna go off. If you are not anymore in a long, then I mean, yeah, you can scalp it, but that's up to you. That can be quite risky. If not, then yeah, it's super good, juicy as fuck. And look at that, 4 hour, even better. Yeah, that's so funny. Look at that. You start to see them as well. This body close. What do? We didn't even come close to it. Funny enough. Look at those wicks. Look at the buyback on those wicks. It's incredible. It's, yeah, you can say it's a little bit shitty price action over here. I can understand it, but they was fighting to keep it up, and that's how you can see that as well. The strength of it, right? The buyback of this. It's off. Yeah. And it will carry on, I guess. Oh man, yeah, definitely middling. Yeah, there it is. Was there more? I want to look at it. How is this doing? Oh, perfect. Look at that. Somebody else asking about it, I guess, somewhere. Oh yeah, that's why I wanna talk about it. That was the thing when I wanna. There you go. Like I said on the previous stream as well. What I'm looking at. The first resistance was coming into it. We didn't go lower, so this didn't play out. This is support, resistance, so not. This is second resistance, right? And of course, you don't need to go that low, but it's the way how you should think in it, right? Where's your next stop? This is your next stop. Fitting in between? Yeah, you can do it, but it's scalping. So yeah. Nothing else to add to it. What's up, man? Harvey, how are you doing? How you doing? Any particular exchange? Oh, I think I was looking at that one. Nice. Nice support. On the weekly. Daily is yeah, that's a little bit sad because we lost body, so we technically closing below, even though we didn't wick it, but we closed below. So right now you really want to see gain of that. So what you do is gain of that, close your 4-hour or your daily whatever below above that technically, and then you can have a continuation for the next resistance area over here. I wanna see the 4-hour yet. Yeah, see, 4 hours shitty as well, and we kind of ish already turn around, so that sucks because what we do right now is bearish backtest this area, so then we might go lower. If you don't go above this level, then you need to gain that. You need to gain that resistance. This is your resistance, what you are fighting right now. That's what you want to see. So far, we quite heavy on it already. And see now, I set this level somewhere, I guess. I don't know, I don't remember who was asking that previously, but see this flip? Yeah, you need to flip that again. Right now, this is your support. This was your resistance, right? You flip that going over here, and you need to do it again. Trading below that line, you go lower. Trading above that line, 0.8, you go higher. Easy as that. Even if we don't see liquidity, there is a physical effect. Once we make a new higher high, like I expect a reverse, it can then close to 90 where can. I'm wrong. Of course, I'm talking about not clear. Always. So, okay, just to give you a clear perspective about liquidity, let's remove everything. You need structure, right? Like same thing, basics. So this is your resistance. What does that mean? This is your liquidity. You short liquidity. This, technically, you block it as your resistance. Even if it doesn't show much or whatever on the liquidity side, don't care about the indicator. Just watch this structure. This structure is your short liquidity, right? So the next one, same, right? Over here, this is your resistance. That means there is going to be a lot of quite of liquidity to grab from it because there are people left behind or they are like shorting or whatever. So that's the whole thing. That's how you can distinguish them, right? This as well, and this as well. A lot of those kind of pockets forming this your to grab, even if the show doesn't show up or whatever. But yeah, then what you do is, of course, let's say 88.6, 88.6. Yeah, so that's not the high because still you have a wick 88.6 or yeah, something like that, but go higher than 88.8, you mean 9k closer. Yeah, so then you create, for example, right now a high, right? But you need to close above this structure. The wick, it's not enough. You need to have a significant close, literally above this area on a 4 hour. That's what you want. You need to have any kind of close above 88.3. Close above it, come back. Of course, you're gonna have any kind of pullback from it, whatever, and then you can say we go higher. Yes, only the close are matters. I don't care about the wicks. Wicks are to grab the liquidity and they come back as soon as they grab everything. But to make a statement and show you that the strength is there, you need to have a close. How higher you close, how better it is. Same here, right? This candle close above the structure. What does that mean? We go higher. Why? Because we see the strength in it and we not this resistance didn't hold us. So you go higher. Right? Makes sense? Yeah, forget about it. How, like I said, how fast, how quick we go. Even over here, you drop down. Doesn't matter how quick and fast you go. Always, always gonna show you aggressive move. But that aggressive move doesn't mean nothing. It doesn't mean shit, right? Like over here we had aggressive move. What do? We came down. Over here we had aggressive move. What do? Come back. Even better, like I said. What did we do over here? What kind of move was this? How much happiness it gives to the people about the moon boys and going higher, whatever. This was fucking aggressive move. Fucking. It scared out most of the people, but people was like, yeah, we're going to the moon. Look what happened. What did we do? What did we do? Why? We didn't do fucking shit. We didn't gain anything significant on the higher time frame. That's the whole thing. Like, it doesn't matter how aggressive they are. It matters where you close. Yes, we close above this, but that's just low time frame. You want to close above this to go higher. What do? Technically speaking, what do we do? What did we do? Sorry. Bearish backtest the whole structure, right? To the T. To the freaking T. To the T. Oh yeah. That's all, I guess. Understand. One, aggressive movement doesn't say anything. The only thing what you want to see, and only thing what I want to see, is gaining. Gain is power. Fail is losing everything. Those two things, if you understand them and you can see them, that's all what you need. That's what's happened over here. That's what happened over here. That's what happened over here. Here even. That's all. There's not much to add to that, technically. I don't. Of course, I'm talking about this and now I feel that more now after so much disappointment. What do you mean disappointment? I don't get it. You shouldn't be disappointed. You shouldn't. You should let the market be like it is. Change the time of your session on Sundays. It's already been changed. I mean, on Sunday. I don't think I changed it. I changed it on Wednesday. The timings what you're seeing right now in the events tab, that are the timings what I'm gonna be following. It's been already set, so no worry about that. Those are the timestamps about it. So that's why it is, guys. Keep it as simple as possible. You know, there is no need to overcomplicate anything. Believe me, there is no need. Our lives and everything around us, it's already fucking complicated enough and hard enough. Don't do that with trading. Like, there is no point. Keep it as simple as possible and make freaking money from it. That's all. And guys, if you really don't, if you're not sure about anything or something, we are here. don't hesitate to ask for help, to ask for direction, to ask for any support, or even mentoring. We are all here for you guys. This is the only thing what we do. It's always for you. We okay, maybe I'm gonna say something what I shouldn't say. I don't care. We are not here to earn money from you guys. By far not. We're doing that by own trading and what from the mentors I'm talking about. We don't care about the money from MTX or whatever. We're not living from that. We're doing literally what we're doing as mentor over here. It's just the fun, what we get from it, to learn people new things, to let them understand, to become better even, to teach them something, to show them different ways of trading, different perspectives in the markets as well, but different ways of becoming a trader. That's why we are here. We have fun to learn you guys to trade. That's we're doing this literally for fun, technically. So yeah, that's the whole thing. And we're always gonna be here. We're helping you guys. We always want to help you guys with everything. So if you need anything, just shout, DM, whatever. We are here. Don't be scared. And there is, believe me, there is no anything about judgment. No way. We never gonna judge you, because we've been there as well. We all been in the same situations. We all been in the same on the same page. So don't worry about that. We are here to help and only to help. So yeah, guys, if there is anything else that you want me to talk about or to rant about or to hear my opinion about, let me know. I will stop the recording for my YouTube channel. I will continue streaming because we still have some time. That's why I keep it nice and spread about the event timings. So anything that you want to hear, let me know. And for the YouTube, thank you very much. Appreciate it. And see you on Sunday. See you on the flip side.